life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that one could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Robertson County. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and this is One Street Over. Yes, I'm back. And I'm hoping I'm not going anywhere for a while. God bless y'all. I miss doing this. When I'm not in here, it just feels like something's amiss. But a lot of people asking, how's my mom? She's doing great. She had her surgery on Tuesday, and, it's just amazing what we can do now with... with medical, and they sent her home same day. It's just crazy, but she's doing great. And my sweet cousin Ann's up there helping, and my brother and my sister-in-law, and it's just so good to have some family and extended family. But I'm glad to be back on the air, back in the classroom today, and so kind of get my gears back going. But sweet Jordan Osborne, I got to put up on my page last night. I was like, we got the bridge builders in today. Well, because it's true.
Yeah.
And I tell them at United Way all the time. I said, they're the bridge builders to the nonprofits, but you are the bridge builders to the businesses. And so whenever we put this together for today, I was like, oh, this is so cool. So how are you doing?
I'm good. You've been busy
forever.
I know.
I saw her in Kroger the other day. No, Kroger, Walmart,
yeah.
With your beautiful daughter, and it was so funny because I was like, oh, I need to talk to Jordan, and then somebody had told me it was, we've got the big event coming up this weekend, and because if you have not been to Experience Robertson County, you just don't know what you're missing because it's so cool. I was like, how do I miss all this?
Yeah.
But anyway, good to see you.
Good to see you. There is so much going on.
I know.
And it's easy to miss stuff. It's funny. Yeah. Yesterday, we were having a meeting, and then I realized Carly had asked earlier in the day, how do people in our community get their news and information? We've said for years that's such a huge issue, really.
Yeah.
There's not a single source, right? There's not a daily paper. There's not just a single source. We're inundated with news and information, but the question is it relevant? Is it valid? Is it a trusted source? Is it positive? So I appreciate the show that you do because it does provide an opportunity for people to hear what's going on and hear from the horse's mouth.
There you go. And we do try to stay on the positive side.
Yeah.
And I just love, I say again and again and again, this has been such a blessing for me because as somebody that has spent my entire career until recently in Nashville, I knew nothing about my community.
I know. But you do now.
Oh, I do now. I know all about it.
You're ingrained.
I love it. And I'm at school teaching. And you were so surprised to hear Mark was at Springfield.
I'm so excited. Yes. So
we're having a ball.
One of the things that the Chamber does, as you know, LaVern, we are really invested in workforce and education and trying to make sure that there is a pipeline of good, solid employees entering the amazing job opportunities we have here in Robertson County. When you have a less than 3% unemployment rate, you basically have a fully employed workforce, which is a great thing from an economy perspective. It's not always a great thing from growing a business perspective. So we always want to make sure like 90% of jobs that are created by the businesses that already exist in your community. So we want to make sure those businesses have a good pipeline. We have a great public education system, but what can the business community do to bridge that gap? And so one of the things that we do is that workforce and education program of work. And we have a career and technical education professional development day coming up. And so we are job shadowing teachers with professionals in our community, which is a great opportunity.
I think that's fun. And she was updating her list and she's like, Mar Vivio. But the Vivios are having a good time teaching in the school. But we're a little bit overwhelmed. My husband is it's just, he's got his head in the books all the time. And he is so thorough. He is scattered as I am. He is not. He is as much on the other side as I am on the side of being cluttered, and so that makes him a good teacher though.
Absolutely.
And so I'm trying to learn from him because he's already so much more organized than I am. So anyway, with all that said, we've got this big
event.
And you've changed it this year, and I love the changes. I've heard all the rumors, so fill me in.
Yeah. So Experience Robertson County is this Saturday. Here's the big new features. Okay, first, let me take a step back. Experience Robertson County. Robertson County has 11 municipalities. That's more cities than any county in the state of Tennessee. Out of 95 counties, we have more cities than anybody else.
Yeah.
And the unique, beautiful thing about that is that creates that unique fingerprint that is Robertson County. Each of those 11 municipalities really do create authenticity and community and something that you can't duplicate or anywhere else. And whatever you're looking for, whether it's rural or urban or small farm or subdivision, we have it. That's the beautiful thing. But so many times people come to our community, whether they're residents of here forever, like you, or they're new to our community and they only know what's just kind of in their circle of influence. That's all they know.
Yeah.
They don't know anything that's outside of that. And so Experience Robertson County is an opportunity both for residents and visitors alike to come in and experience all 11 of our unique communities, experience something different in each of them. It's free. Here are the highlights. It's free. All you have to do to participate is download the app. You don't actually have to download the app. You can get a paper map at one of the locations. You can look on Facebook and see all of the locations that are pinned, but you can download the app. It is on Apple devices. It is Experience Robertson. If you go to the experiencerobertson.com website, there's a direct link. If you're a Google phone user or a Samsung user, Android, you can download the app straight from there. And you can build your entire tour through that app. It is really, really cool. It'll allow you to move the locations. Let's say you've already been to one of the locations and you're not going back there. You're short on time. You just want to hit your top 3 out of the 11. You can do that. You can hit 1. You can hit all 11. We actually have 12 this year, so we have a bonus stop. We have a bonus stop this year. For those that haven't been to Gateway STEM out by in the old skate center, it is amazing. Have you had Robert Diller come in here?
I haven't, and
I've got to have you.
And they have mentioned what's going on out there. And when it was just first started, I think you and I talked about it right as he was first kind of getting out there and getting set. So tell him
he is doing incredible things. If you have a student that's interested in robotics, aerospace, NASA, astrological, whatever, all the things, anything space related or aerospace related or robotics, that is the place to go. The things that they are offering right here in Springfield, Tennessee, out at Gateway STEM are incredible. They're
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
I really encourage you to visit their website, their Facebook page, their Instagram. They have lots of activities that are going on. They have a big event coming up at the at Travis Price Park. It's a moon watch. It's really, really cool. They have NASA scientists, specialists coming in, that know how to work telescopes. You can learn all about it at Experience Robertson County if you stop by there. So what you'll do, you'll download the app, you'll create your tour, it'll populate it based on what locations are closest to you. So it'll allow you to do the most optimal route. And again, you can then look at it and say, yeah, I don't want to go there, I do want to go there, or whatever. You go, you'll take a picture in the app of a QR code, and that'll check you in.
Okay.
Once you're checked in, every time you check in, you're entered into a drawing to win $1,000 in cash. That's a big deal.
Very big
we
deal.
want
Yeah.
you to learn about your community. Look, LaVern, we've already had over 1,000 people download this app.
Oh, it's
We
exciting.
know the day is
Yeah.
going to be incredible. It is going to be busy, so download the app now so you don't have to wait and do that. It is a family-friendly, free event to go out to. Download the app, check in, learn about our beautiful community, get to see beautiful farmlands. Barns are smoking.
I know.
It's the perfect time of year
love
to
it.
drive around Robertson County.
Yes.
It really, really is. It's a really big deal too. These smaller communities especially want you to learn about them.
Yeah.
Their businesses depend on you learning about them. We talk about loving our history and our heritage, and we do, but we want you to learn it as well. And so you'll understand why we're so connected to the agriculture history here in Robertson County. And it's going to be a great, great day. It's really easy to participate. It is free. The app is free. You don't have to do anything but download it and check in. This year, we are giving the cash away on the following Monday. We usually do it the day of,
Right.
but we're not. There's not going to be an ending where you have to validate your passports at a central location and that kind of thing. You'll just do it all in the app.
I love it. I think it's a wonderful addition because that's in the words of Bill Jones, I didn't know what I didn't know, right?
That's right.
And I love that. And I think that just kind of puts it into, I mean, here, somebody like Bill, who is the county historian, we've got several, but he knows everything. And to have somebody like him say, when you first started this, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Yeah.
And all of these things, talking about Gateway STEM, I'm so curious about that. And my son that works down in Huntsville he works in aerospace.
Yeah.
He's going to be in town, and I'm going to be like, you need to go check this out. And he's going to be
Yeah.
like, where was this when I was in
It's so
Hamilton County?
cool. They have
So
like
he's-
this
yeah.
whole, it's just a flight simulator. Really incredible.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's such a cool event. And I love how you guys have put it, I mean, as technology and, I was telling Jordan, we're changing stuff in here all the time because things get new.
Yeah.
And there's just new stuff constantly. And so it's as we get new things that make things work more efficiently, well, man, yeah, sign on to them and do it. I have never gotten to go to all the events or to all the checkpoints because I get busy. But several years I've gone to 3 or 4.
Yeah, a
One
few of
year
them.
I did just as many as I could. I had my grandson with
say,
me.
Rowan was with you. Yep.
Yes, and we had so much fun. And I cannot say enough about learning about your community. Take your kids, grandkids with you. You will have an absolute blast. It is so much fun. I love that you put it on the app. But I tell you, let me do a break. And I want to come back because if I've heard that you can do it. I mean, you can't necessarily do it as the event and check in and all that kind of thing, but the app's going to be available to where you can go see these places
That's right.
and kind of do it if I'm not available this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can make
We'll
my
talk a little
own
bit more and more
thing.
about the app. Yeah.
Yeah. I want you to talk a little bit about that. But let's go ahead and let's pause. Let's start with Veterans Motorplex. I love these folks. They're so much fun. Have they ever been they've been on the tour before? The
They
Veterans?
have
Yeah.
twice, and
Yeah.
they are, Jerry Criswell is the greatest
He's
man
just awesome.
ever.
Ever.
Yes.
And if you have not realized that, you need to go to the races. They're going to be racing through October. The racing season for 2023 runs through October. It actually extended a little bit into November last year because of some rain delays and things like that. But typically they finish in October. And if you can get your hands on one of these old papers that the Keenan Group did at the end of the school year, I keep talking about it. I'm going to continue because that back page is good for a family pack. It can get an entire family in for free, up to 6 kids and 2 adults for free if you get this back page off one of the old Let's Talk Trash magazines. And I still see them around town until they put out the new one. This one's still around, but it is good for the entire season and it will get you in, Gates open at 4 on Saturday. The racing starts at 6 and I'm going to about 9. They got a great concession stand, all kinds of fun events. And I always remind you, too, to go to Highland Rim Speedway to find them. Highland Rim Speedway, they kept their Facebook page because they had so many followers. Why would they change that? But you'll know you're at the right place because you'll see the big banner up for Veterans and Motorplex when you get there. So when you get there, go and check them out. They're at, again, 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier, 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. Or you can give Jerry a call, 615-643-8725, 643-8725. And please always let them know that U-Turn sent you. And talking with Jordan Osborne, she is the president, or you're the president. That's the title. I have to remember, is it a president or director? Because, you know, we have these titles and stuff. And I haven't had you in here in forever.
I know.
But, and that's on me. I've got to get you on the schedule more. But I'm so glad you can make it in, especially with the Experience Robertson County coming up. Such a big event, and it's tied in. Did you talk about on the front end of this that it's tied in now with I'm trying to think of the
economic development.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about. We were talking about that earlier off the air. So let's talk about it on the air. So, Experience Robertson County. The event is a chamber event.
Right.
The Robertson County Chamber of Commerce hosts this event. We, our board of directors, this is our 6th annual event, which is incredible.
I know.
I remember the first year we talked about doing it. Honestly, LaVern, Carly and I said if 50 people did the tour, we would have been like,
so excited.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. 50 people went into all 11 cities and really explored. And then we had like 500. It's just grown from there. Yeah, it's really incredible. And it's really one of the only events that really all 11 cities are take advantage of and have an opportunity to benefit from. And oftentimes we centralize an event at a specific location, but this is really inclusive of all 11 cities. So that event is a chamber event. However, the Experience Robertson brand is our tourism brand for the county. Okay. And tourism is under the umbrella of economic development. The Robertson County Economic Development Board receives hotel motel tax. That's how they're funded. Hotels and motels in Robertson County that collect taxes, a portion of that goes to the Robertson County Economic Development Board. That is by private act, and it has to be spent on tourism and economic development, period. That's it. That's where that money goes. Vonda Gates is our economic development director, and Sarah Warren is our assistant economic development director, and she really has a strategic focus on tourism. And so she has really done a great job of putting a grant application together for tourism partners throughout the county to be able to apply for grants from the Economic Development Board. And they give large amounts of money. It can be for marketing. It can be for infrastructure, to all the events in Robertson County that attract tourists.
Very cool.
Really, really cool. So you know that those tax dollars are going back into, first of all, it's a user tax. So it's somebody that sleeps in a hotel or motel in our county. It's not your property tax. It's not even sales tax based. Which is great. And that money is reinvested right back into our community. So Experience Robertson County is the Economic Development Board's tourism brand. So the event has a name, but so does the brand of the event. So Sarah Warren, our Assistant Economic Development Director, and Carly Rager, the Director of Events and Marketing for the Chamber, have really worked closely on this event. I was telling LaVern, I kind of feel out of place having this conversation with you guys because I've not been intimately involved in the marketing or planning of it. Really, Carly, and this has been Carly and Sarah's, and they've done such an amazing job spreading the word about it, engaging the right people. One of the greatest benefits of this event is that while this event is being planned, all 11 municipalities that have a stop, those businesses, whoever's representing that community, come and sit around the table at the conference room in the chamber, and all 11 cities are pulling in the same direction. And it is so cool to see the power of unity. It really, really is. There's a lot of little kind of hidden gems in there that I'm so thankful we get to be a part of. But the tourism brand, they're the one that created the app, the Experience Robertson app. So yes, the kickoff for the app is this event, but the app has so many capabilities. That eventually there's going to be a boutique tour. There's going to be a agenda for a weekend in Robertson County. There'll be a smoke and barn tour, a barn quilt tour. There could be so many possibilities within.
Barn quilt tour.
Yes. Have you seen those giant barn quilts that are on the sides of the barns? Those painted barn quilts.
I was like, what?
They're beautiful. And there's
Yeah,
a
they
lot
are.
of communities that have these tours kind of mapped out. So cool.
Okay.
There's an opportunity to create some QR codes, put them on some of the barns so you can take a picture and hear somebody narrate the history of that farm. There's so many possibilities with this app.
I've been trying to figure out what to paint on the side of my barn, and I think you just gave me an idea.
Yes, you really should.
Oh, yeah.
There is. It's
okay.
great. I will tell you, there's a lady that makes barn quilts. She also happens to be my aunt, but she has done some beautiful barn. They're just on big 4x4 plywood sheets, but they hang up. They're spectacular.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
okay, cool.
So this app has a ton of capabilities. So as you were saying earlier, yes, this event is a one-day event. Most of these stops are specifically opened for this event, but there will be an opportunity for you to find trails like this within the app that are available all the time. So whether you plan on going to this day or not, we highly suggest you download the app so you can stay up to date on what's happening and possibilities that are within our community. It's a great way to really explore Robertson County.
And this is just a suggestion. I would love to have a place in the app to go and see the list of all the past experienced Robertson counties.
That's a great idea.
Because there's so many things I'll think, I went somewhere, what was that? And then if I could look through the list, I'd be, that's it. I'm going to go get something from them today.
That's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely.
And just different places. I was like, where was that?
We even forget, like, was that a stop on experience? I think it was. That was, we'll have to look back at pictures and see. But
like the different years, and that way we could go back and look at it. And then if we wanted to make our own little tour, look at the hours that they've got.
That's right,
and, adapt. Because some of these places won't be open typically on a Saturday.
Well, and some might not be open to the public. Like, for instance, the Millersville Fire Hall off of Bethel Road is one of our stops in Millersville this year.
Oh, fun.
So it's not open traditionally to the general public, but it's an opportunity for you to really come in and see what all that community is doing and and the services they're providing in kind of a touch-to-truck environment. Lots of fun.
I love
so there's just some really cool things that we can do that we haven't always been able to do. So
I love it. And we've got just folks commenting and stuff. Do you know anything about Shop with a Cop? I don't know anything about that. I don't know. I thought she said I'm excited about Shop with a Cop motorcycle Jeep group that's established a route mapped out for this experience.
Yes, they have. They're going to start at AirTech, and the proceeds raised from this event are going to go to Shop with a Cop. Yes. Great opportunity. So if you have a Jeep or a motorcycle, start over at AirTech. Yeah. Great opportunity.
Fun. And speaking of AirTech, oh my gosh, I love that company.
Me too. And that's our stop in Springfield, LaVern, and you're going to get to go in and see the second largest 3D printer. I mean, unbelievable. Plant tours. So cool. 9:00.
9:00.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm trying to get all my details in.
One of my kid that's down in Huntsville that works with all this kind of stuff. I've been telling him about this, so I've got to get on the phone with him and get him up because we're having our family day thing on Saturday, and so we're going to be tied up with a lot of things. But it doesn't mean he can't get here early and us make a few stops because I mean he's never been to AirTech.
Yeah, he can go to AirTech and Gateway STEM. They're right next to each other. They complement one another. It's so such an incredible thing.
Maybe I can get one of my kids to move home.
Yeah. 9 to 4 on Saturday. 9 to 4. Please visit the Experience Robertson Facebook page.
Okay.
You can find all the details of everything, direct links to download the app, maps for the day. Really, really an incredible opportunity for you to learn about Robertson County. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Tell everybody, how are we doing on time? Tell everybody where we are as far as staying in touch with the chamber, because you have your email blast and all of that. We haven't done that in a while. If you're not getting the chamber's email, if you're not following them on Facebook, you're missing out on the stuff that's going on. And so talk about that email blast.
Yeah, so our email blast goes out every Wednesday morning. It goes to a little over 3,000 people. You don't have to be a member to receive it.
That's the key.
You go to robertsonchamber.org. Scroll towards the bottom. It says register for email blast. Just put your email address in there. We send one email a week. That is it. That is why we have a 46% open rate, because people know if we send you something, it's valid information that's relevant to what's happening in our community. We don't spam you with information. We don't allow investors to buy ads within it. It is information that's happening within our community. How do you get in the email blast? You got to be a member.
Yeah, as far as, the stuff that comes in it, they are chamber members that they're sending stuff out with.
That's right.
But to
yeah,
get
we make no
it's
apologies that we're a pay-to-play entity. That's how we're funded.
Right.
We're funded by memberships. And so, if you want to be in the email blast, you got to be a member. But if you just want to receive it to know what's going on within Robertson County, please register for that email blast. I want to give Carly a huge shout out. Our social media is growing like leaps and bounds. Our business community is reaping the major benefits from how many people we have interacting on that. That's a science, as you know. Social media is not haphazardly done if it's done well. It's incredibly thoughtful when things are posted, how they're posted, who has tagged them, what demographic you're trying to reach at what times of a day. It's unbelievable. It's a science. It really is. I mean, it's a job. And Carly Rager, the director of events and marketing at the chamber, she handles that. And our Facebook page looks great. And again, that's not a pat on the back for the chamber. Our members are who benefit from that. And when we do a Facebook post and it reaches 9,000 people, you couldn't pay for that, guys. I mean, that's what experts do when they're doing social media marketing.
See, now every time I have her in there, I'm like, I'm going to join because we were going to go down the venue route. We decided not to because there's just so many venues.
Yeah.
So now we're just becoming a photography stop, and with all
Such
the
a
other
great
things,
idea.
with all the other things that I'm doing, it's just taking time to get it there.
Yeah.
But we will get there, and I will eventually be a member.
That's fun.
But here's the thing: I think that I always kind of push down the road, and I apologize, but you just reminded me, well, LaVern, you don't have to have all the business up and running. You can be a personal member.
Yeah, you can be a personal member for $75 a year. Absolutely. Yeah. We have a lot of members and ambassadors who are not members because their business is a member. They work in Nashville for Vanderbilt or whomever who aren't members of our organization, but they want to be invested in their community. They want to be tied in. They want to have constant communication. They want to be plugged in, and they join the chamber. It's really easy to do that.
Do you have a lot of teachers that join?
We do. So we have an education membership for $25 a year.
What? So as a teacher, I can be a member?
You can be a member.
Oh, geez. Let me write you a check right now, honey.
Yeah.
Can I join online?
You can.
I can. So I can go on, and I just need to put in that I'm a teacher.
Yep. It'll ask you to select a category, and you'll select educator.
Okay. I'm going to try to join before the week is over.
Here's the deal. We've been around 85 years. We're going to be around
after
that. So when you're ready, we'll be there.
Well, but again, we've had so many conversations. You've been such a good advisor on the things that I want to do business-wise. My husband and I are both very entrepreneurial, and we've been trying to figure out what can we do? And we've like, well, we'll start venturing this way. And we're like, no, and so we kind of pull back. The photography is going to be the thing. And so we're just trying to get it all together. And with both of us teaching, it's been like, but now we can both join the chamber for $25 a piece. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love all these teachers.
We've got a lot of teachers that are members of the chamber. And they call it, even if you're not a member and you're a teacher and you have a need in your classroom, our job, as LaVern introduced me, is to be the bridge builder. What are your needs in your classroom? Is it a business community that you want to come in and speak to your class about what you're teaching? What is it that we can help you do? Please reach out to us, and we love to. The chamber does 4 things really well. We connect, we promote, we advocate, and we're a resource. Amen. That's what we do. So if you ever wonder what does the chamber do, it's those 4 things.
I love it. Jordan Osborne, she's the president of our Robertson County Chamber. And you will see we've got some of the cities have their own chamber, but they cover the county. So it's just, they're separate, but help each other. Right?
Absolutely. We are collaborators and strategic partners. Sure. There is no competition in chamber world because we all do something a little bit different or serve a little bit different demographic. But we know this, chambers create healthy economies, and that's really what we're invested in doing, making sure your business is successful.
And I've got one question up here. Do we have to register with this group for Shop with a Cop? So talking about know.
So this is fundraising. Sure. Yeah. No, you do not. You do not have to pre-register to be part of that.
Okay. So you just download the app, y'all. Download the app, and that will kind of fill you in with everything. So are we missing anything?
I'm sure I'm going to get back and I'll be like, man, I wish I would have. Here, we used to do kid prizes. Yeah. Kids used to get a separate prize, like an iPad or something. Yeah. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you have a device and you want to download the app, let's say you have an iPad and you download the app and you're a kid and you want to check yourself in at each location, you too will qualify for the $1,000 in cash.
So that's the single prize.
The single prize is,
that's a big one.
There are 3 prizes. There's $1,000, $350, and $150.
Okay.
And all of those will be drawn on the following Monday.
So there's no age restriction on the 1,000. Could be a 2-year-old.
Look, we had like a 6-week-old win the iPad the first year.
I
Like,
remember
you were there.
Yeah.
I think y'all were there. And they're like,
Yeah.
the dad like held up the baby.
Yeah,
It was
it's
hilarious. Like, the
it's
iPad was
here,
bigger than the baby.
It was funny.
It was
but
great.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. So good to see you.
Great to
You've
see
got
you.
my number. I've got yours. Let's not wait so long next
Sounds
time.
good.
Because you've got so much coming up in the fall and the winter.
We have a lot. It is our
Sugar
mecca
Plum already
right
sold
now.
out?
It's not sold out, but almost. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about it.
It's. I saw the sign. And I'm like, oh, what's the date on that?
It is December.
I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. but if you-
9th, 2nd. Hold on.
If you want to go to Sugar Plum, which is a blast, you need to get your tickets because I'm surprised they're not sold out, quite frankly.
Yeah. Well, and the only
Yeah.
reason they're not, it's December 9th. The only reason they're not is because we did have to move the venue. We are now in Clarksville at the Emerald, just one exit up. It's
Okay.
not far from us. But there's not a venue in Robertson County that can hold 500 people. We sold 375 tickets last year, and we were tight in
Yeah.
there. There was no room. And so we knew we had to move the venue to make it a bigger space. So
Yeah.
we're hoping
It's a blast.
it's a blast.
It is a blast. It's like prom for adults.
It is. It's grown up prom. That's what we call it. Grown up prom. What are you wearing to grown up prom?
Yeah, exactly. I love it. So go get your tickets to Sugar Plum. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
Experience Robertson County. We'll keep talking it up. Oh, and you're taking the tickets and dropping them off for Connie for me.
Yeah,
and
your
that's
tickets, Connie.
the play opens tomorrow night, Midsummer Night's Dream. Don't
Thank
forget
you.
that. Thank you. See you later, Jordan. And as she's making her way out, we're going to make our way for the bridge builders to the nonprofits, and that's our United Way community. And they're making their way in here. Dr. K, I believe, is with Brian today, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to talk about, for a minute, Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. Okay, folks, here's the deal. What do you need for your yard? They've got great prices. Come on in here, y'all, and sit down. They've got great prices right now on their annuals. They've got them on sale. You're going to find the mums. They're selling mums right now. Now, they're not in full bloom yet, but they are starting to open up, and they're looking beautiful. You've got some really nice hardy mums. I think she told me 5 different colors that she has. I was in the other day. I had to pick up some more Miss Jane pot holders. Those are the best. I was in Kentucky with my mom this weekend. My sister-in-law sews, and I was showing her this pot holder that Miss Jane makes. I was like, I like the size. They're just perfect. I mean, and it's just experience that teaches you how to do things and do them well. And that's what the Corbins bring to the table with their greenhouse is all the experience and all the knowledge and the know-how. And it's just so obvious. Brian's sitting here. Are you still getting tomatoes?
I am. They've slowed a little bit,
Okay.
but that's normal because they've been putting out solid for I don't know about a month now. I've had as many to eat as I could possibly want. And my father-in-law is coming in this weekend for his birthday, and he's a huge tomato guy. So I've had to stockpile just a few, kind of waiting on him to come in because he's going to tear through them. But it is 2 years in a row. I've got my garden stuff out there, and it's been the best gardens I've had. There you go. And I've been doing them for 10, 12 years now, maybe more than that, and by far the best. And particularly with the big tomatoes, I've always struggled with those. I got plenty of cherry tomatoes, but the big tomatoes, I've gotten plenty to eat, and they're delicious too.
I was in Corbin, and they just had piles everywhere, still stuff coming in, and just can't say enough about going out and hanging out with the Corbins and just getting everything you need for your yard, everything you need for fall. There, your mom's stop as well. And I was teasing her. I said, "So you have any slots left for Christmas decorations?" She says, "We're just about full." So if you want somebody to do your decorations, you need to get a hold of Miss Amy and Stephanie and say, you might could still get on the list.
That is a brilliant business concept that they come up with, because I love having the Christmas stuff up, but I don't like dragging all that stuff out and put it up. But
it is a really good idea.
Yeah.
But Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center and all the things. You can call them at 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. They're at 4920 Highway 161. Monday through Saturday, they're open 9 to 5. Sunday, 1 to 4. And when you go by there, tell them you turned, said hey, and you can still tell Miss Amy happy birthday. Her birthday was Saturday.
That's cool.
So, so tell her happy birthday. Hi, Dr. K. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So glad to have you back in with us.
How was Mexico?
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, you were in here right before I went to Mexico. That is right. I just love it down there. It's just amazing. they're my people. They had the hurricane hit, and they flooded the home of our preacher down there, and his family. But they're okay, But it was kind of a mess there for a few days. But they're doing good, and it's just it's a wonderful place.
What part of Mexico do you go when you?
We go to El Rosario, which is the oldest city in the Baja.
Okay.
And it's so funny. You go in at Tijuana, and you just take that road all the way down the Baja. There's a single road going down the Baja, and single road, and it is extraordinary. It's just beautiful, and it's a blast.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good people.
That's cool.
But thank you for asking and remembering.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm out here moving and shaking, trying to get everything ready. We're very excited. Tutoring will start in a couple of weeks, so we're very excited to do that. And we added 3 schools, so now we have 8 schools, elementary schools that we're working with here in Robertson County.
And this is the Raise Your Hand program, guys. And this is the one that I'm so interested in. I've had a few little snags trying to get all my stuff together to do it, but this is something any of us can do. It is so needed. It makes such a difference. I mean, it's proven, right? Give me some stats on what a difference this makes in a kid's life.
Well, we have shown that there has been an over 90% increase in literacy with those that
90% increase. Wow.
Yeah, so you may think, well, it's just an hour a week, but that hour a week makes such a huge difference to a lot of these kiddos. And because of that, and because of the progress that we have made, we've been able to expand, like I said, to 3 schools. So this year we're working with Greenbrier, Coopertown, Kreisel, Watauga, Robert F. Woodall, Westside, Crestview, and White House Heritage Elementary School. And we've gotten plugged in with a lot of the high schools. So a lot of the high school students will be able to take advantage of this opportunity and get hours for Tennessee Promise.
Oh, that's great.
So it's all around great opportunity for so many people, and you get to make great connections with these kiddos, and it means the world to them.
So what do that's great to know, because I have kids all the time. I have a homeroom that they come in. The kids are always like, I've got to get my community hours in. What is their process the same? Because you've got to go to the background check. And
if they're under 18, they don't have to do the background check.
Oh, wow.
It's for those that are 18 over. And of course, that when you fill out your application, we'll send you your next steps. One of those is to do a module. We learned that you only have to do it once. You can do it as a refresher each year, but if you volunteered with us last year, you don't have to do it again. But the teenagers have their own little module thing that they have to do, and we went through it. It's really easy, and it just gives them more information about what goes into tutoring and what's expected of them. It's really easy to do, and that's pretty much it. And then we plug them into the school that works best for them. And same thing with the volunteers, and it's real streamlined, real easy.
And it happens after school.
Right.
So it's like the first hour after school, you would just go in and you tutor with the kid once a week. And it just, and now is there a lot of, it's just all different walks of life too, as far as you have some English language learners too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because we've got so many kids that just need some help with language. And honestly, one of the biggest struggles that we're having right now in our high school is literacy, not being able to read, but being readers that do reading comprehension, that thing, to where the grades that come in, as far as what they're tested on, that reading comprehension part of it, that is what they're struggling with, because so much is digital these days. Exactly. And I am an audible learner. Now I'm one that I read, but I read very specific things. I can just devour historical fiction and things like that. But if you give me something that's something that's academic and it just makes my eyes glaze over, I have to do those audibly. Mm-hmm. But I know that I know that now I can follow along with the book and get it all. So I have to do kind of both for me to really be able to get that stuff.
And that's what's great about this experience is a lot of the activities they do are hands-on activities. They're not just sitting at a table like reading, right? They have some independent reading, but it's not to the point where their eyes are glazing over, like you said. It's a lot of them talking to you about it, and sometimes there are activities to help engage them and things like that. They watch videos about what they're watching. They write their own little creative writing stories about the characters. In some cases, they have a lot of fun with it, which I think is really, really great. And a great part about being the tutor is you don't have to do any of the planning. Like the teachers that do it, which I think my hat goes off to the teachers, because they handle so much throughout this regular school day, and then they take on tutoring, which is an additional load, and they do a phenomenal job. We cannot say how much we appreciate the teachers that are willing to tutor these kiddos. And so that you go in, and essentially the teacher already has it planned out for the week. You just plug yourself in, and she say you work with this group of kids and help them with this activity, and that's pretty much it.
And it's just, and I think as a teacher, I'm kind of curious as to some of the activities because I'm wondering if I can adapt them for my high schoolers. Because we're trying to come up with things to help them to get better at reading comprehension. And I'm just always looking for ideas. And so I'm so interested in this program. I have started the registration process. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm going to get there. But I just think, are you still needing volunteers?
Yes, we're always taking volunteers. We're always, like, we work with kids throughout the school year, and then we also do work with kids through the summer. So we are always accepting volunteers that want to come in and help out with the kiddos.
So there's really that. I think that's what kind of, as I was looking at trying to do it through the summer, I just wasn't available whenever summer school was happening, and so that kind of caused me to pause. And then they reached out to me again for fall, and I think that as you know, as we look at this, we're thinking, well, if you anytime you have something like that, and you're like, well, something got in the way, don't let it stop you, because there's always a need. It's always a need, even after the breaks and things like that. During the school year, this is going to be ongoing. During summer school, it's going to be ongoing. So there's always a need because there's always kids out there. Always. So you've had some experiences, not with raise your hand, but with doing some tutoring.
Yes, and I think the reading part, I believe in this so much, and I'm not going to speak like I'm an expert, but I will say that just in life and in work life, if your reading comprehension skills are good, I think it's one of the most valuable tools you can have in your bag. I was not great at like algebra, for instance, in school, and I didn't go in a profession that really like uses high level math or anything. But I read stuff and need to comprehend what I'm reading and be able to regurgitate that in other places, and also be able to respond to whoever I'm corresponding with daily, literally all day long, every day in my job. And I think most of us in our working life have to read and retain information and be able to then decipher what it is and communicate that back out. And so being able to do that at such an early age and build that foundation is so big. And if you can help kids get off to a good start there, I just think it's a huge thing you can do for their well-being, and not just education, but in life. They're going to have more opportunities because they have that tool in their bag. And so I've preached that on my own kids, and I've seen that with the young people I've worked with, and you just putting that in them as far as like, you got to get this. This is a big deal. My little girl's handwriting's terrible. It's like, we're not worried about that much right now because we're in a digital world, but you need to be able to read and retain and comprehend what you're reading. So I truly believe in this, and I love the work that they're doing.
Well, it's so funny. You gave me an idea too, as we're dealing with, because that's what trying to get the attention of high school kiddos. Maybe approaching it from, hey, okay, here's something you get from an email. You need to respond to this. That is a wonderful idea. And so you just, I just love how I just sit here and I just get ideas and learn things all the time. So tell people what do they need to do to get in the program and be a part of it?
You can just go on to United Way of Greater Nashville.org, our website, and you go over to volunteer, and you scroll down to where they have a component for the raise your hand tutoring, and you click on that, and off to the left you click volunteer, and you'll take you to the registration. You just fill that in, and then somebody will reach out to you. We try to reach out to people relatively quickly within 24 to 48 hours, and send you information about your next step. Like I said, it's very streamlined, very easy. Find out your schedule, and we get you plugged in according to your schedule and what school is closest to you that you want to go to. Like, we try to make it as easy as possible for the volunteers so that they can be a part of these kiddos and make a great difference. And when you see the kiddos light up because they went from struggling to read a sentence to being able to read a whole paragraph, and they're so proud of themselves and you're so proud of them, like, that is life changing. Like, there's no amount of words that can really describe that feeling.
And that's the thing, when you get to be a part of things and just see those lights go off. I just being in the classroom with the kiddos that I'm with, and just seeing them when they start getting it and they're excited about something, it is fun. It's just nothing like it. So we're talking with Dr. K. We're talking with Brian Pulley, all things United Way. We had the bridge builder to the business communities earlier. Now we've got the bridge builders to our nonprofits. And we're going to just take a quick pause, and we're going to talk for a minute about Brian and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Got to brag on Brian. He is coming out to help me today. Because I'm not talking about Brian. I mean, what did I say? Barry and Rebecca Richards. Did I say Brian?
You did. I've heard this read before. I didn't know if he had a brother or something like that. So I was just gonna let you go.
No, what's going on? I'm trying to find my clock because I'm all discombobulated because I'm having some. I've got to have some kind of a monitor for the show, and so I'm sitting here trying to find things and all that, and some of the things I haven't working. I've been trying the iPad, it's not working, so my cheese keeps moving, and I can't see things, and so I'm.
I know how it goes.
Barry and Rebecca Richards, not his brother Brian. Lord, I need a keeper. Barry and Rebecca Richards, the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Well, I wanted to brag on Barry because he's coming to help me today, and I kind of was thinking about you too because you were trying to help me with my TriCaster and all those things that we had, and offered and got me some help with some of your old cohorts and stuff. And I can't say enough about when you can reach out to people and have them come in. Well, I'm trying to set up to where we have a control room. To work, like put the TriCaster in another room, and we got to run some cabling. Well, as I'm getting ready to order that stuff, I want somebody to go, yes, that's right. And so Barry's coming in to help me with that because he was a vice president of a media marketing company for 17 years. And so he knows all the camera stuff. And so to be able to reach out and have somebody to come in and help me like that is such a blessing. And that's the kind of people they are.
Yeah, that's great.
They work in the community. You see that everywhere. If you're going to some kind of community event, you're going to find the Richards sponsoring events all over town. And they're just out in the community and they want to help you. If you need something in the real estate community, buying or selling, they've got an office now in the downtown square. Barry's the broker there in downtown. Rebecca's still the one out in White House. But you can connect with them with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. You can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertsoncounty.com. They, of course, specialize in Robertson County properties because they're one of us. They've been up across Plains for 27 plus years. But they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. Connect with them. Just give Becky a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, and let them know U-Turn sent you. So sorry about that. I didn't mean to bring you into my...
That's
I
okay.
just let you help me with all my ads.
That's fine. I'm glad to help. Yeah, I'm glad to help. So I'm still waiting on like a free plan or something from Corbett, but or like $10 off from Cumberland Electric. We have the guy.
Yeah.
We do. Good news. Speaking of Cumberland Electric, I talked to them yesterday. They're getting ready to get their campaign kicked off first week of October, and we are going to get to go to all of their locations around here, including the Springfield location, and do in-person kickoffs, which they've been a little restrictive about, obviously, during all the COVID stuff, because we got to keep those guys healthy and working because it's kind of vital to our services around here. So very excited to get in. They've been a longtime partner of ours, but it'll be good to see their employees again and really get a chance to talk about the resources that are available here in their community, as well as down in Clarksville, Ashland City, and Dover. And so we're just excited to partner with them again for, I don't know how many years. I need to ask somebody that's got some history over there to see, but I think it's at least been over a decade that we've partnered with them. So very excited to get in and talk to all their employees bright and early on some mornings here the 1st of October.
Well, and we love Cumberland Electric and Cumberland Connect and all the things that they bring to the community. But you were talking about community. How does somebody get to be a partner like that?
Well, that is a wonderful question, and I'm so glad you asked. All they have to do is call me, 615-780-2401, 615-780-2401, and we can walk you through the process. We had a new company come on. It's not here. It was down in Brentwood that was just looking to get involved with United Way. It was like, we don't know what we're just trying to figure it out. And so we had an introductory call, and come to find out they have a program within their company. It's a fairly large company where they get grants for community involvement in that particular market. And so we had our bedtime books program, which is our literacy initiative that we have in April, that fit right in line with what the grant qualified for. And so we've started that process, and so we'll get some grant dollars from them. They're going to volunteer with us. They're going to put together some bedtime books. It's going to be good for everybody involved. They're happy, we're happy, the community's happy. It's a good thing. But that's an example of like a first start. And then from there, you start talking about campaign, which is a little more involved. And so when you go in with a campaign, basically you need to get an ECM, which is Employee Campaign Manager, and that's typically your HR person because they're going to do payroll deduct most times. Some people choose other options, but that's the most primary option. And we will work with them, set a date. We'll have some planning for some fun stuff, but we'll set a date to come in and do a kickoff. That's what I'm talking about with Cumberland Electric. I go in and we'll have a small 15, 20-minute presentation with your employees. Typically, I ask them, is there a focus area you want us to talk about? Because I may try to loop in one of our partners that we work with if that's something they're interested in. And we just tell them generally where their dollars are going, because that's the number one question. Like, if I give to you, like what are my dollars going to do in the community? And so that's our focus. We'll answer any questions there. And then from there, they can pledge to us. They can pledge directly to one of our partner agencies, or if they already have a nonprofit that they're near and dear to their heart, they can designate, and it can go directly to that nonprofit, but it will count towards their company's campaign. So if they have a campaign goal, that still counts towards that goal that they're trying to achieve. So we try to make it super easy, super simple. We have digital platforms now. We have mobile calls, which is on your phone, or we can go old school with the pledge forms. And some people still like that just because they like having the paper. They like the tangible. So it's super easy. We try to make it, it's not time consuming for the folks that we're working with. We try to take the heavy lifting off of them. And the main thing, and I say this all the time, is we love the opportunity. That's why I was so excited about Cumberland Electric. They've run a campaign for years during COVID and everything. It was great. But we didn't have a chance to get in front of their employees. So I'm really excited that we're going to get back and we're going to bring our partners around and let them know the resources that are in community and where their dollars are going. Because that's a big thing for us. And we greatly appreciate the money, because we need to fundraise so we can fund our partners, but also the chance to educate them on programs like Raise Your Hand.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Very well.
Yeah,
very good. Very good. And it's that time of year.
It
So
is.
get in there.
It is.
and
When the
get
barns
that
start
time.
smoking, we need to start raising money. That's
There you
basically
go.
the way
Is that
it
it?
goes. So
I love it.
That's
I love it.
Yeah.
I was sitting at Joe Burns the other day at the football game, and all the barns are smoking. It was just so nice. I just love it.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what we're talking about, Dr. K? Have you noticed it?
That-
The smoking barns? Oh.
Yeah.
It's where they cure tobacco,
Yeah.
and it's a thing up here. And the smoking barns, when you go and see them and they're smoking, I had my friends from Ukraine that were here, and a couple of years ago, and I was trying to explain it to them, and they're like, "What?" They just couldn't understand it. So we were trying to find smoking barns for them. So
It's a distinct smell. It smells wonderful. If you're from here, especially, it's some nostalgia tied to it for
yeah.
sure, because you grew up with it. But it's fall when you just kind of get that smell in there, and it smells like that, and football and everything else that's happening in the fall.
all sitting in the football stands,
Yes,
smoking barns. I was like,
it's a beautiful smell.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
for sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
I had a question back to Dr. K's program. So for someone like myself who is limited in some of my tutoring skills as far as like math and science, let's say, but I'm good in reading and history and probably English, would I still be able to participate in
Absolutely.
this program? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, 'cause
Like
that was my concern. So in our house, my wife is math science department. I am English, history, social studies, all that kind of stuff. That's my area. So
Yeah, absolutely. We have teachers that provide tutoring services for students that are struggling specifically with math, writing, and literacy. And then we have teachers that work with students that math specifically. So if you would like to be plugged in with a teacher that works with math, we can handle that. If you prefer reading, that's also an option. There is no, like I said, we try to make it as streamlined as possible based on like your schedule, what you want to do, and close as far as proximity school wise to where you work or where you live, as well as where you're most comfortable. We try to make it as easy as possible for the volunteer, because we want them to want to go and to enjoy and take advantage of the opportunity. Granted, it's only an hour a week. We only ask for an hour a week, but even still, that 1 hour is so important. So we try to make sure that it is as accommodating to possible for the volunteers.
So what are the ages of the kids you're going to be working with?
We work with kiddos from kindergarten through 8th grade, specifically in Robertson County. We go up to 6th grade.
Okay, because that's one thing you're talking about math. Most of us could handle elementary math.
could you? Could you?
don't
Have you
know.
seen it lately? I've seen the math coming through in my 5th grader. It's different. It's different now.
Okay.
I can get there, but I can't get there their way.
Really?
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
And I was good with elementary math. Like it was, I was like trigonometry and geometry. That's when I started having struggles, because I didn't really.
I never
But
learned
like
it.
basic math, I was great with. I could do it in my head. It was fine.
Yeah, me
but
too.
But it's so much different now. Yeah, and I'm not. I got the. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna bring.
Look,
I tell you what.
would you?
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna bring in one of her worksheets one day. This will be a fun exercise. We'll do. We'll bring in one of her worksheets and let's see how we do.
I'll stick to the reading.
And I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. That's why I was seriously asking the question, because I would like to participate, but I would be concerned that I could do the tutoring the way they need it to be tutored, so that they're learning the way they're supposed to be learning in class. Reading is reading. Like I'm good with that, but the math's a little different now.
But I was thinking I could handle elementary math, maybe not. So
you may be smarter than me.
The
You may be
great
able
thing
to.
with this as the tutor is you don't really have to try to figure out a lot of stuff. Like the teacher will tell you, because they'll do like the whole group where they work on things together and they go through the steps, so you'll be able to see how the teacher is teaching them how to do it. And then when they broke apart into small groups, then you can again go through the same steps that the teacher went through and making sure that the student isn't missing a step and is able to get the right answer. So you're not like just thrown out there and try to like help them figure it out while you try to figure out at the same time. You you have some scaffolding and some support from the teacher as you're supporting them. You guys are supporting each other.
we can do this, Brian. We can do math.
So hypothetically, if I wanted to volunteer at Coopertown, because that's the school nearest to my home, I could choose that school, correct? And I wanted to focus on the reading area. I could choose that. And then as far as the date, like it's an hour a week, but I can choose like Thursdays work great for me, for instance, and I can do that on Thursday.
Yes.
See, so easy, y'all.
Yeah.
So easy. There's no excuse for myself and everybody else included. So I need, because I had questions, seriously. But you're in the schools. I mean, you get a little bit of a pass there, man. You're already in there every day. So
my holdup has been the fact that I'm doing all this education for my teaching license, and so I keep thinking, oh, I can do it, and then I have a class come up or something like that. So it's not something, because I reached out and started the process at the start of the school year, and then I was at Mexico, and it turned out I had like 2 or 3 days that I would have been available, and it just didn't work out. And then they reached back out to me for fall, and I want to do this so much because I know what a difference it makes. I know what a difference it makes. So I'm just telling you, I have not given up. I'm going to get it done. I've got to get the background check, which is simple if you've been through. It's no big deal.
And we pay for that. You don't have to pay for that. So.
And you just got to get it. Just go and get your background check, and then there a little bit of a video thing that you have to watch. That's just your instruction stuff. And that's it. That's it. I mean, there's no excuses, Brian.
I'm committing right now. I'm signing up. There you go.
I've signed up.
I'm committed. When does this tutoring actually start? Like you said, it's a couple weeks from now?
Yes, we believe that it will start I believe this 3rd week of September.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. I'm already signed up. I just got to finish this.
And obviously it follows a schedule. So when they're out of school, there's nothing happening.
When they're on break, you're on break. So fall break, Christmas break.
Okay, cool. All right.
Thanksgiving
I'm in.
break.
We got to do it.
I'm in. I'm committing right now. I'm in. So I did the Reading Buddy program last year, and I really enjoyed that as well. But this is kind of the next, I think, a step up from that, just as far as like the time commitment in a good way. But I think it's so important as we've seen with the 3rd graders and everything that happened there this year. Like having a chance to impact that in some way is a big deal, and it's an hour a week, guys. You got that.
Well, and we're still seeing the effects of so many of these kids through COVID. I mean, that's something I had a class last night in Murfreesboro for my license, and that was something that was brought up again. Is that the young kids coming in? These are they call them COVID babies, because they've been. They had a different experience than any of us can imagine because of that seclusion, and it's just affected them in a different way. And so these are veteran teachers going, oh, it's just different. And so they need all the help they can get.
I've got something from Lee Marie. She's asking me to announce the 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony this Monday, 8 a.m. at the county flagpole outside the county offices on Brown Street.
Okay.
So 9/11 Remembrance, obviously Monday, September 11th, 8 a.m. county flagpole outside the county offices on Brown Street.
Yeah, she was asking. She reached out to me, wanted to know where it was going to be, and for some reason I was thinking it was at the sheriff's office, but it's at the county building. So
yeah, she sent a little thing. Let me double check it, but I'm just reading what she.
I can't monitor. I'm just
your whole thing's office.
Yeah, it's just this is crazy.
513 South Brown Street, Springfield, Tennessee, county building. Flagpole, 8 a.m. Monday, September 11th.
Very good. Are we missing anything else, guys, as we kind of get towards the end here?
Oh, and we also work with the school district as far as getting like family engagement activities, fall activities, and things like that. And so I'll definitely be coming back to talk about those and ways that people could also volunteer during those activities if they want, or even just bring out their kiddos and just be a part of it. I think.
What's the time? When is that going to be coming up?
We do. We have fall engagements, and then we have some in the spring. So I'll let you all know when we have a time and date for those. But
Yeah, we'll push those dates out when we come in. Yeah, for sure. So
very good. It's been a bridge building day.
I appreciate having Dr. K in. I appreciate the work that you're doing is amazing, and we're glad to have you here in Robertson County.
And it's definitely a big deal for me because someone that used to be in the classroom, it's definitely my way to still have my toe in the water, so to speak, and still be involved. So for all those that have recently retired out there, if you guys would like to come in, we would love to have you.
You know who you are.
We have a few listening, I know.
Yeah. There was one
we
that
need
was in
you.
comments earlier.
We need you.
Ariel.
We need you.
So
we need
she's
you.
watching that new puppy. She's got this new monster dog that's like big as her now. It's so funny. So what about the puppy? Did you get the puppy?
No, my mom actually talked me out of it because my wife was in, but she reminded me that my grandfather used to raise those for hunting dogs and how active they were. So she reminded me of that. So yeah, it's probably that. We're just not in a great place for that.
We almost had. We were trying to place puppies. We were trying to help Tiffany.
Yeah, they were beautiful. Just a cutest dog. Yeah. And if you got some land too, like we kind of live in a neighborhood. Like I need a little more space for it. I think so.
Well, there you go. I had to know. Thank you, Dr. K, for coming by. Thank you guys. Thank you,
yes, ma'am. Thank you, LaVern.
Thank you, Brian. Barry.
Barry.
You
Maybe I should have went into real estate. I could have went into real estate.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still getting my bearings. So,
I chose the lucrative nonprofit route. So.
There you go. Oh, I know, man. I know. It's great. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back. I will be back tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere else, so I should be here. And I got to get to school now. So thank you for joining us. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a wonderful day.
Sometimes his eyes were gentle and filled with laughter.